Recording September 14th. Good. Got the planner. All right. And go. I want to start off today a little bit different. I want you to meet Erica Nicole Napier. That's right. Erica Nicole Napier. So Erica used to be a deadbeat lazy loser. Yeah, I said it. That's right. And I'll explain why I call her that here a little bit later. But Erica was in the world of drugs and drinking and really living a life of crime. Erica was a straight up freaking gangster, no doubt about it. And through those decisions, she went through a lot of struggles in relationships. She had a lot of struggles with her children. She was a mother. She had a lot of struggles when it came to her children. And this woman even got busted for stealing a car. She got in trouble for stealing a car, right? Erica was basically living a life where she just made one poor choice after another for years and years and years, all the way up into her 30s. One poor choice after another. And then at some point, she realized, hey, like, I am a deadbeat, lazy loser. And again, I'll explain why I say that, so don't be getting mad at me right now. Right? But she realized I'm a deadbeat, lazy loser. But she did have a couple things going for her. You see, Erica had a vision of something better. Though she continued to make poor choices, though her life was in shambles, though she, all of those things existed, she had this vision. She believed in her heart that there was more. She just had to break out of some of these cycles, right? She had to make some shifts and some pivots and some changes so she could become somebody better. She had a vision. She had imagination. She believed that one day she could claw her way out of this life that she had created. And so she started off by becoming a hairdresser. Yeah, that's right. Erica, the gangster, became a hairdresser. And she started to put her life back together through sobriety, going to classes and courses and turning into her faith and getting more spiritually connected. She started to claw her way out of this old lifestyle. And though things started to get a little bit better for her, she still had a dream and a vision of herself for more. Her imagination continued to run wild. She just knew she could do more. Being a hairdresser was cool, but there was more to her than that. And so one day she walked into my office. I was the general manager at Dan Cummins Chevrolet and Buick in Paris, Kentucky. And Erica walked into my office and she sat down with me and she said, I don't know anything about selling cars. I've never sold cars, but I do know that there are people that are working here and their lives are being transformed. And that's what I want. I will work. I will do whatever it takes. And then she whips out, first time anybody ever did this, Erica whips out her background check and she goes, I'm going to be honest and upfront with you right now. I used to be on drugs. I used to be a drinker. I used to have these issues. I made these mistakes. Boom. And she sets the background check right in front of me and she's like, and right there you can see I got busted for stealing a car. And she goes, that person who I was is not who I am anymore. But that person who I was, I'm proud of, because if I didn't go through that, I wouldn't have the grit that I have today. I want to work for you at Dan Cummins. And I hired her on the spot. I hired her on the spot. And she came in to the second largest used car franchise dealership in America. All right. I want you to keep that in mind. This is a huge organization. I had people fighting, clambering to get a job at Dan Cummins every single day. Tons of applicants, right? And so now here she is. And I taught Erica 4 things. I taught her 4 things. First thing that I taught her is the power of gratitude, that she needs to be writing down the things that she's thankful for every single day. The second thing that I taught Erica was the power of social media, how to use the 4 Ps: purposeful posts, personal posts, professional posts, and polls to blow up and to make an impact on social. The third thing that I taught her was the discipline that was going to be required, not only to be the absolute best employee that she could be, but ultimately the discipline that was going to be required in order for her to be herself. You see, a lot of people miss this. Being yourself is not a natural thing. Being yourself is not easy. In today's society, we're easily influenced. Being yourself takes a lot of hard work and a lot of discipline. And then the fourth thing that I taught Erica, is that there is always another level. There's always another level. And ultimately, if you can believe it, then you can achieve it. So this is Erica now. Erica is a manager at Dan Cummins Chevrolet. She has been one of their top salespeople for multiple years in a row now. This is a woman who knocks out 40 to 50 cars a month. She heads their leasing program, has completely turned around their leasing, bringing their lease percentages way up. She regained custody of her children and is pouring into them, is elevating them in powerful ways. She's got a beautiful boat. She bought a beautiful home. She's got a charity now that she raises money for, a portion of every single car that she sells. She serves the community. Like, she does so many incredible things nowadays. So many incredible days. And her and I, whenever she makes a post on social media, or whenever her and I have a discussion, we always use the hashtag DBLL, which is deadbeat lazy loser. And we use that hashtag because we both experienced that. I was that same deadbeat lazy loser that she was. And so we use that hashtag as a reminder to one another that, hey, we know where we came from. We didn't forget where we came from. And we know how far we could fall if we ever chose to go back. But who we are is not, or who we were is not who we are. You see, what's really interesting is in order to know who you are, you have to be clear about who you're not. If you're not writing that down, I want you to write that down. If you're paying attention, if you're not paying attention, lean in right now. In order to know who you are, you have to be clear about who you're not. Today in our planner, my hashtag Rise and Grind planner, as I opened it up there at the top of every page of the planner, there's a quote that's submitted by an actual Rise and Grind member. And today in the planner was the quote that was submitted by Erica Nicole Napier, who I am so proud of, who is just absolutely killing it in life. Like, it brings tears to my eyes. I'm so proud of this girl. And in the planner today was her quote. And her quote says this, and I think it captures her beautifully. The quote says, "So here I go. This is my shot. Feet fail me not. This may be the only opportunity that I got." Erica, thanks for inspiring us all this morning. You are an amazing superhuman who I love with all of my heart. If you guys ever want to see Erica or follow Erica on Facebook, all you got to do is look up the hashtag Girls Do Cars Better. That's her hashtag. Girls Do Cars Better. And she is proving that every day as she continues to make a massive impact in this industry. Let's dive into today's episode of hashtag Rise and Grind.
Good morning and welcome to hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to 8, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Tuesday. That's right. Today is Tuesday, September 14th, 2021. And yesterday we kicked off this new series called The Greatest Show, right? This new series where we're diving into the movie, The Greatest Showman, and ultimately we're diving into the life of P.T. Barnum and taking the lessons that we can from that and applying it into our lives today. So we're going to continue that series today. Before we do, though, you know what we got to do on this show? I want to make sure everybody's up and moving. I want to make sure everybody's in motion. Make sure everybody's rocking and rolling. Listen, an object in motion tends to stay in motion. That's 2 days in a row that I have tears in my eyes on this show. What is going on? But hey, listen, for those of you that know, and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. All right? I need you to hit that share button because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you to hit that share button. All right? This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, maybe you're on YouTube, maybe you're listening to the podcast, however you're tuning in, connect with me, and I want to connect with you. Fair enough? Fair enough. All right, I got to find my Facebook peeps. Where y'all at? While I'm looking for my Facebook peeps, I'm going to say good morning to Linda Sims and Fab Realtor over there on Instagram. Great to see you. What's up, April Johnson, the brand? I'm glad you're here as well. We've got Inzira K, Alloy Artist. We've got Triple J is in the house. What's up, Baila, Biola? Jeff the Entrepreneur is up in here. What's up, Jeff? Great to see you. Brightly shine today. And my boy Tim Hunt is over there as well. And it looks like over on Facebook, we've got Kim Fair in the house, Tabitha's in the house, Kimberly Hatfield, Eddie Polanco. What's up, Eddie? Great to see you, my guy. That's what's up. Eddie's in the building. How you doing, Charles Lamont Garner and Tristan Smith? What's up, Lorenzo Spivey, Doug Thurston, Scott Simons is in the building. Emily Gowler is in the building. Thanks for the stars, Doug. I love and appreciate your support always, bro. You are the best. Debbie Wood is in the building. Rodney Rock Hatfield. What's up, Leisha Watts? Oh, it's telling me my mic's a little loud over on the Facebook side. Let me turn that down. My bad. I didn't mean to be screaming at you. We've got Lydia Best is in the building. Tina Bacon is up in here this morning. Stephanie Terry, great to see you as well. Dr. Rowe is in the building. And when I head on over to Clubhouse, I'm super excited because Nadira is in the building. My man, Rory Gardner. What's up, Rory? Rory's in here today. Maitreya is in the building as well. Great to see you. What's up, Tim? How you doing, Ashley? I see Asia is in the building. I see Mariah and Maureen. How you doing? Good morning, Christine and Frederick and Deborah and Maniro. I've also got Kumani and Phyllis and Rochelle. What's up, Tali? How you doing, Chu? What's up, Biora and Zachary and Rania? How you doing, Michaela and Charlie? I love seeing all the names from all around the world. I love it. Pure Green Mom is up in here this morning. Nanny Ansarani. Saranzi is up in here. Rayhan is in the building. Marilyn Wilkin, Brad Smith, Gina Duffy, Megan DiMartino, Vicky Everett. Good morning, Sean Weatherby. Wow. Everybody's up in here today on hashtag Rise and Grind. Hey, while I've got all of your attention, I need you to do me a favor. Would ya? Would ya do me a favor? Listen, over on Instagram, we have this Breakfast with Champions page. I need you to follow that page, right? Because we got a lot of things going on in the Breakfast with Champions world. We also have the Breakfast with Champions podcast. And here's what I need from you as far as the podcast. Just head on over there. I'm about to play this segue video for like 45 seconds. Maybe I'm going to talk about the Raiders' overtime win last night. And maybe that doesn't appeal to you. But I'm going to give you like 60 seconds, all right? So head on over to the wherever you get your podcasts and go to the Breakfast with Champions podcast. hit that subscribe button. And if you want, you could be like, Glenn's cool and I like him and Breakfast with Champions rocks, right? Like that would be a good little review, some type of review. But I would really, really, really appreciate it if you would subscribe to the podcast, drop us a review, and now would be a good time to go do that. So I'm going to segue right after I say, touchdown Raiders. That's right, boy. Overtime Monday night win. Are you kidding me? Let's go. Was the touchdown Raiders thing a little too much? Was that a little over the top? I'm telling you, dude, I'm super excited, though. Are you kidding me? We never, ever win close games like that. We always lose. But last night, that all changed. We are no longer the deadbeat, lazy losers of the league. That's how that works. All right, listen, we discussed in the movie The Greatest Showman that features the life of P.T. Barnum. Yesterday, we discussed how it depicts like the imaginative and sometimes unbelievable spirit and nature of P.T. Barnum and the Barnum and Bailey's circus, right? Like this guy, P.T. Barnum, he was an orphan. For those of you that don't know, he was an orphan that fell in love, right? Yes, we still need sponsors for November. Yes, we absolutely do. Let's talk about that, Irie. Sorry to get distracted. He ended up falling in love and marrying his childhood sweetheart, right? Married his childhood sweetheart. And this was a taboo relationship due to social status and class. Orphan, little orphan, imagine Aladdin, right? Like the prince or the pauper and the princess is basically the situation that we had going on here, right? Taboo relationship. And ultimately, P.T. Barnum, through this relationship and because of his lack of status, he became obsessed with becoming one of them, right? He was obsessed with becoming one of the upper class, right? To reaching the riches, to being in those circles, to being respected, so on and so forth, right? He became obsessed with this idea that is where he belongs. Now, and before we move on from that, I do want to ask you this question, because sometimes obsession can be considered negative, right? But I also think that sometimes obsession can be considered positive. And so I just want to ask you, do you ever feel that way? Right? Like, do you have that obsession, not necessarily to be in the, not necessarily just to be in the upper class, but do you have an obsession that says, I want to be like them? Do you ever feel that way? Are you ever like, I wish I could look like, walk like, talk like, be like them? I know I do sometimes. I know sometimes I'll see people in my circles. I've got a bunch of amazing superhumans in my circles, and sometimes I'll see the stages that they're walking on, the opportunities that they're receiving, and I celebrate every time. I'm so excited because I know Ubuntu, right? I am because you are, and as others rise and as others win, we all rise, right? As brothers and sisters in humanity. Like, totally get that. But every once in a while, I'll catch myself. I'll be like, dang, I wish I could do that. Dang, I wish I would get that opportunity. Not that I don't want them to have it. Like, I don't want to take it from them. I just would sure love to join them. Do you ever fall into that? So this guy Barnum, he had this obsession, right? He was obsessed with stepping into that upper class, but he also had this which was probably a negative thing. Maybe not. I don't know. It ultimately spurred him to where he was. And I guess in parts of his life, it became a negative thing. But he also had what I believe is a healthy obsession. He had the healthy obsession of helping other people feel seen. You see, P.T. Barnum magnified people who were different. He magnified people who were unique. You see, P.T. Barnum wanted he wanted to turn the spotlight on all different aspects of humanity. And he did this. He would shine the spotlight brightly on these different types of people. And he did that for a great season. And in that season, he had massive success, right? He had massive success spotlighting and highlighting others, extracting their greatness, showing them that they had value and that they had worth. Massive success in doing this. Now, here's the interesting part, though. In time, which is always the case, by the way, what I'm about to tell you is always the case. In time, the enemy crept in. Long dramatic pause, because I want you to think about this in your life. I want you to think about this for just a second, right? Has there ever been a time in your life where you were on track, you were on a mission, you were making an impact, you were focused, and then the enemy crept in? Because in time, he always does. And once the enemy crept in, P.T. Barnum began to flip the spotlight around. And he began to make it about himself. He made it about him. And here's what's really interesting about that. Have you ever been to like a play? For those of you that don't like theater, you're missing out, man. There's something really special about being at a live play. There's something really, really special about it. But if you've ever watched a play, when there is a solo artist on the stage, they take the spotlight, right? The spotlight focuses in on that one person and it narrows, right? Big bright light focuses in and narrows. When it becomes about one for a solo, the light focuses in and narrows. And listen, I am sharing this with you because this is the same for you. When you start to take the spotlight that you've been given and you flip it around and you start to shine it on yourself, right? You start to shine the light on self. Your impact shrinks. On the other hand, when you can take your gifts, your abilities, your passions, and your obsessions, when you can take those things and turn them to shine light on others, it broadens. You see this on the stage, and we see this in our lives. Spotlight on self is the enemy's way of shrinking your impact. Spotlight on others broadens it. Here's the thing, though. P.T. Barnum was relentless, which I love. He was absolutely relentless. Born July 5th, 1810. He died 81 years later with the equivalence of $360 million. $360 million is what he earned through his circus and additional endeavors. Now, though P.T. Barnum, though the movie, I should say, because sometimes I can get that twisted in my brain, though the movie embellished his childhood a little bit, P.T. Barnum was indeed on his own at 15 years old. So his dad died when he was 15. He took over. His mom got real sick. She couldn't do anything. And so he was on his own at 15 years old, and he had 5 sisters. His mother was still alive, though, and he did have 5 sisters that he supported and he took care of. So he wasn't quite this completely abandoned orphan, but he definitely was on his own at 15, supporting 5 sisters and a mom. And he was able to build an empire worth $360 million. Now, I don't know about you. What's up, Myron Golden? Great to see you, sir. Always an honor and a privilege to have you in here. Now, I don't know about you, but that's incredibly inspiring to me. It's inspiring to me to know that a 15-year-old can go out there on their own with nothing and be able to build an empire that makes a massive impact in other people's lives. It also is inspiring to me that somebody like an Erica Napier, a deadbeat, lazy loser, as she used to be, and I know sometimes people get really offended about that, but it's her and I. It's our inside chat. Can turn around her life and become so incredibly impactful like she is today. And you see, it took this relentless nature in both of them. A relentless nature to be disciplined to discover exactly who they were. You see, P.T. Barnum, he did exaggerate and embellish to sell out his shows. He exaggerated, he embellished, he put stilts on people to make them taller. He enhanced the looks of the bearded ladies, and he did things. He enhanced and embellished. He really did. Right? He even went in and lied to get the original loan so that he could open the museum. Said that he had a fleet of ships that had sunken in the ocean. He had the deed to them. They were worth nothing. But he lied to get started. But on top of that, he also, don't let that take away from the fact that he also hammered the nails himself as he built the empire. He was relentlessly chasing the vision and the passion and the dream that he had inside. You see, he did this under constant criticism. He was criticized every single day as he built this crazy circus, this crazy idea, this crazy dream. If you ever had a crazy idea or a crazy dream, you know how people come out of the woodworks from all over the place to tell you how stupid it is, to tell you how you can't, to tell you why it doesn't make any sense. The enemy will creep in. But he relentlessly pursued the vision that was given to him, the vision that he knew only he could bring to life. And see, P.T. Barnum wasn't perfect. In his early years, actually, P.T. Barnum was racist. In his early years, he utilized slave labor. In his early years, he promoted things like blackface in many of his shows. But later in life, P.T. Barnum became a confirmed abolitionist that helped free people from slavery and helped give people opportunities to make an impact with their lives. P.T. Barnum ended up fighting for the rights of all people. He had his ups and downs. He had his moments. He made his mistakes. He had that spotlight narrowed in and focused on self. But he made a change. He shifted. He pivoted. And he shifted to a place where all people, he now understood that all people, tall, short, black, white, brown, green, men, women, hair on your face, hair on your back, hair on your feet, 3 legs, 1 leg, 2 arms, 4 eyeballs, all people should be treated equally. And that all people are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. The rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You too, my friend, have been endowed by the Creator with those rights. And when I say by the Creator, I'm talking about God, the God of the universe, the God that made everything. That God made you to be the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Not an average version, not a below average version, not a little bit above, but the absolute best version of you, not anybody else. The best version of you, your unique gifts, the visions, the passions that He's put inside of you. God is calling you to become the best version of that you can possibly be. And I challenge you today to make that decision to do so, to lean into that relentlessly, no matter what, whatever it takes, to seek that down with a moral high ground. Because ultimately, the decision you make today, it matters. It makes an impact on your friends, on your family members, on your coworkers, on everyone around you. And though in your mind and your heart, you might be thinking, well, it's just little old me. What kind of difference can I make? And I'm here to tell you, even you just choosing to show up here today has made an impact in my life. Baron, you've made an impact in my life. Paper Planes 83, you made an impact by being here today. Claudette Ross, thanks for being here today. You've made an impact in my life. Julie Lentini, thank you for being here today. You've made an impact in my life. Lily, thank you for being here today. You made an impact in my life. Anita, thank you for being here today. You've made an impact in my life. And Tosh, all of you, that single decision has a ripple effect. Exactly like my boy Scott Simons was talking about this morning over in Breakfast with Champions. So listen, if nobody's told you yet today, I want to be the first. I love you. I do. I absolutely stinking love you. And out of that love, I am challenging you. I am challenging you to lean in. Become the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Be utterly relentless. Know that it doesn't matter where you start. Where you start has nothing to do with where you can finish. Make that decision. Figure out not just who you are, but who you're not. And go out there and make a massive impact in other people's lives. Listen, if you need more videos like this, you can go to glennlundy.com. We got tons of them up there. You're welcome to go there. If you want to talk about this a little bit more, you can go over to Clubhouse. We're going to be talking about these things over there. But most importantly, go out there and have an amazing day today. An over-the-top, incredible day. And then I'll see you again tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. because we're going to do this all over again on hashtag Rise and Grind.
Good morning. On my feet before the sunrise. Stepped into my greatness, feeling powerful and energized. Thankful to be alive. Hashtag blessed. Write my mission, vision, values, and my gratitude list. I'm building up momentum. I'm making good decisions. I rise, I grind, I get it. Ain't no doubt that I'm committed. Cause who really loses if I don't win? Can't cheat the grind, only get what you put in. So I'm mastering my mentals. I'm focused on my physical. I'm developing spiritually and manifesting miracles. I'm gonna